proprietary tech which beats top companies like Google and Microsoft.
And then is among top 30 builders across the nation in AI.
People think coding is a dead. See, I would like to quote something which this is a really powerful quote which has helped me for the past couple of years. Management consulting is one of the most sought after fields for undergraduates from engineering colleges. I think the biggest takeaway from my entire work experience. So I quit my job back in the end of 2024. I think pain has made me who I am right now.
The way, because your trainers always really good and fantastic.
That's why I took the bold step of quitting my job to pursue this full time. And some of those games have gained like millions of views over platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
How did you start this career of getting impressions on
LinkedIn? I have gained around 5,000 followers in around 2.5 months. So one more bonus tip I would like to give someone. I created like a Call of Duty clone.
So what would you do if this is not your primary source?
If you post every day, but people who
you don't need to have that fear, or
many people made some funny post around that and they gained like millions of views. You will get much more engagement than a normal post. There's a new AI tool, new AI news come to the 5 tools, so that's gonna get viral.
How do you see the job market? We get it that you are a good consultant now. Hi everybody. Today we have our special guest Vibhor.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome Vibhor. Welcome to the show. So to tell you guys more about Vibhor, he's a guy who is pursuing management consulting in the previous 2-3 years, and then he switched from that domain to entrepreneurship journey, and then he is among top 30 builders across the nation in AI. And yeah, I have a lot to introduce about Vibhor, and then how about we just switch to spotlight Vibhor? Yeah. Welcome to the board, and then how
Thanks
about
so
you?
much. Thanks so much for having me. So just a little bit about myself. My full name is Vibhor Gautam. I graduated out of DTU with a degree in electronics and communication engineering back in 2023. Post that, for 2 years, I worked in management consulting at Bain & Company. But I always wanted to explore the domain of AI and wanted to try something on my own. So I quit my job back in the end of 2024. And since then, I've been exploring AI, the world of automations, AI agents. I've been able to gather a massive following on LinkedIn and Twitter. I've tried game development. So I've embarked on the path of entrepreneurship. And I think others can take it forward.
Yes, that was a great intro, Vibhor.
Yes.
So you were mentioning that you were actually a management consultant at top companies, consulting companies. How about you just throw some light on how you started the journey, or what was the experience then, and how you shifted from that career to this career, or what was that thing which was like, which was very exciting to change, or what did you see, or can you throw some more light on this?
So what I feel what really made me excited about management consulting. So just a bit of context. Management consulting is one of the most sought after fields for undergraduates from engineering colleges, and especially when you talk about MBA degrees, right? So I've always wanted to give a shot because I heard great things about the field of management consulting, that it leads to your personality development. You really gain some on-ground experience about non-technical fields like sales, marketing, how to close deals, right? So it's the real business world and you gather a lot of skills. So I already had like a technical background. I always wanted to explore what's on the real business side, what's on the really non-technical side. So that's why I took up a job at Bain & Company and I worked there for 2 years. I met some amazing people. I think the biggest takeaway from my entire work experience of 2 years was the network I created, because I met some brilliant people, learned so much. And I think Bain has made me who I am right now with respect to communication skills and personality. And I'm trying to impart those skills into the venture I'm working on right now.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. So you were also mentioning that you got in a lot of things to learn from there, be it network, the way you talk to people, or the way you manage time. So another add-on question to whatever you were saying, how, like, people usually say that in consulting you have to be busy, work hours, and then you have to be high on caffeine all the time. So if that's something, how was the work-life balance? How did you like it there?
Bain is considered to have one of the best work cultures on this planet, right? So if you look at the WWE's rankings for work-life balance and good work culture, Bain is always in the top 5 or top 10 companies. So it's really lucky to have like a very supportive team and a great environment to learn about. Yes, in some. So if you're dealing with some tight client deadlines, and if you're dealing with some small term projects, and you have to deliver like a lot of output in a day or so, things can get hectic. But what I believe, contrary to what the general perceived opinion is, that we are. So I am in my early 20s, right? This is the time where I have the maximum energy to devote. And even if I'm working like for 12 to 14 hours, right? If I'm getting to learn continuously, and if I know that I'm improving and evolving at a good rate, I have no problem devoting my energy and working for more than 12 to 14 hours. So yes, consulting has its ups and downs, but I was very lucky to be in such a work culture where your personal life was prioritized. You were given enough time for, for maybe a vacation to clear your mind. And yes, I am a caffeine addict. I think that's something that's like an unhealthy habit I picked up from me. But yeah, coffee is the reason I live life, and vice versa. So yeah, that's pretty much about it.
So that is nice. That is nice. The way you put how consulting can actually be very helpful in your career, or the way it can change your life too. That was really nice.
Yeah.
So to begin with, can we talk about how you started from consulting and then like switched to entrepreneurship, and then how you met your co-founder, or what was that journey? Because it is usually hard to change paths, quit your job, and then take a different path. So can you throw some light on this?
So during my time of like 2 years at Bain& Company, I learned a lot of things, right? And I just had a calling that, I want to try something on my own. I want to do something in the field of AI. Because the world of AI and automations has always fascinated me since 2020, right? And since the advent of ChatGPT, it was released back in late 2022. The pace of AI has rapidly evolved, right? And every day, like, you need to keep up with the latest AI news, and that's something which always fascinated me. So that's why I took the bold step of quitting my job to pursue this full time. So I spent a few months acquainting myself with the latest AI tools. I explored different software engineering fields. Something that really caught my attention was game development. So I started creating games using AI as my code editor, right? And some of those games have gained like millions of views over platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So that's something which was like a universe sign for me, because I'm a huge believer in how the universe gives us back. So it was like a universe sign of for me that I should continue this path of AI. Now coming to the point how I met my co-founder. So when I applied for this program, the second round of evaluation for this application was a Discord online sprint where you had to work on a startup idea and post daily updates on the Discord group. I just posted like a message. If anyone is looking for a co-founder, I introduced myself. And so Sanjay is my co-founder's name. He reached out to me that he's working on something. And this is something which, resonated with me. And I just saw like an exponential path of learning here where I can, learn about a lot of things, because I had two options, right? Either I can pursue an MBA, I can prepare for CAT for this year, maybe give a GMAT, go to like IIMs or ISP, pursue an MBA. Or maybe, if everything works out, maybe raise funding for my own venture and like proceed with that path. So I think the path of entrepreneurship teaches you a lot more than a standard MBA degree as compared to the perceived opinion of society. So that's how I met my co-founder, and we have been working for almost 2.5 months now, and our product is ready. We have applied to various incubators. We are on the verge of raising some good funding if everything works out. So yeah, and we have started hiring as well. So if anyone is looking out for job opportunities, please reach out to me. So yeah, everything has been going well, and every day there is something new which I learn, and that's the best part about entrepreneurship.
Oh, that is great. So the key outcomes of this statement was like the first thing which I thought was uh, the way you look for opportunities is really important, and always be open to opportunities. And you have to go to the ground level, get things done, and then keep talking to people and look for opportunities.
Yeah.
That's another thing. And then there's opportunities for hiring, right?
Yes.
So that was another thing. So that is great. That is great. Things you're doing, that's really mind blowing.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. See, you also stressed upon the point that how you made game blogs, or how you posted them on the internet through maybe through Reddit or Twitter or LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Can you tell us? Let's say I am a new guy. I am a new 20-year-old person who is on LinkedIn or Twitter, how do I start this career of getting impressions or getting that good reach or distribution through the social media networks? Can you throw some light or try to give a template or tips for people who are starting this out?
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to emphasize on the importance of personal branding, because even if you are a job seeker or even if you are an entrepreneur, if you have a good digital presence on platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn, that helps a lot for a startup if you're an entrepreneur. And if you're a job seeker, that helps you get a lot of leads from HRs and recruiters. So I started posting on LinkedIn and Twitter a few months back. On LinkedIn, I have gained around 5,000 followers in around 2.5 months, and my all-time impressions for that 2 month span is around 1 million. And on Twitter, I was extremely lucky. So my first Twitter post was that I created like a Call of Duty clone, which one person can play on a browser. And this was like mid March, and at that time there was a trend going on Twitter that people were using to AI to code these games, and they were posting their videos out. So the trend was at its peak when I posted that video, and in that video, it was my first ever Twitter post. It gained 1 lakh views in 48 hours. So I think when you talk about personal branding, one thing is consistently posting about what you do, or maybe if there's a cool project you work on, or like if you are an entrepreneur, like if you're facing some challenges in your startup journey, you close the client, you like did a mistake, but you learned from it. I think these experiences you share on LinkedIn and Twitter, that really helps build your personal brand. But I think the most important part about here, I would like to emphasize again, is consistency. On LinkedIn and Twitter, if you post like thrice a week, right, you will get 10 times more engagement than a person who is just posting once a week. So it's not compulsory to post every day, but people who pursue building their personal brand full time, they post like twice or thrice a day on both of these platforms. So I think right now, with the advent of AI, personal branding is the most important right now. If you have to pitch yourself out there, because I was a job seeker at one point of time, and the question was, how do I put myself out there? How do the recruiters from Google, Microsoft know that I exist? The answer to that is consistent posting, and that's how you build a personal brand.
So that is great. So what I learned through this conversation was first is consistency. And the next one is have your social presence on the social media platform
Yes.
through regular engagements. And then the third one is you don't need to have that fear or thought in mind that, okay, maybe you might get 10 views now or 20 views now, or you might get less views in the initial stages. Through time, you will obviously get success. That is what your
Absolutely.
conversation was about.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
that is great.
So one more bonus tip I would like to give someone is, if you like want to get some good engagement on a particular post of yours, right? You should study like the trends on LinkedIn and Twitter on a weekly basis. So I will give you a very small example. This is like a quite a humorous and funny one. So on Twitter a few weeks back, there was this keyword 54 LPA boyfriend, which was trending on Twitter, right? So many people, made some funny post around that, and they gained like millions of views. So it's very, so of course, this is like example, not everyone should not follow this. But this is just an example. If you study type of post or what type of content is working on Twitter and LinkedIn on a weekly basis and post regarding those lines, you will get much more engagement than a normal post, right? So that would be my bonus tip for building a personal brand and engaging consistently on social media platforms.
So the delta is you have to be updated with the trends and know what's viral and what's not. The tracking that virality is a thing.
Yeah.
And be updated with the regular trends.
Yes.
So that's great. That is really cool. And yeah, you were also mentioning about how you worked on automation tools and then how you got things done at less amount of time. So can you throw some light on that too?
So I discovered this tool, NADM. So just for the audience who does not know about these platforms. So these are essentially considered these as automation platforms. For example, now that we are talking about personal branding, I have to post something on Twitter, but I don't want to do the hard work of manually searching all the trends, and I don't want to write that post using AI, or I do not want to like go on LinkedIn, create that post, add some images, and post it or schedule it at a good time, right? So these automation workflows allow us to automate this particular task, right? So I can create like an automation workflow on these platforms like N8 and Make.com, which will research the latest trends of social media, automatically create a post, and automatically schedule them on LinkedIn or Twitter, right? So this is like a very small example. So with these platforms, you can pretty much automate anything. And automation market is set to grow up to $11 billion by the end of this year. And for the next 2 years, automation and AI agents are going to rule the entire economy. And I have seen so many people on LinkedIn, like starting just a few months back. So this is a golden opportunity I would request everyone to tap in. I have seen people who grew from 0 followers to 10,000 followers in just 3 months. And what they did was they created like a good end-to-end workflow which solves a common customer need. They posted about that and they added a call to action that comment workflow so I can DM this workflow to you. That gained them a lot of followers because if I saw that post and I like that workflow, I would want it. What would I do? I would send that person a connection request because only then LinkedIn will allow them to send me a DM, right? So with that, they actually gained a lot of followers. And when you talk about freelancing platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, like LinkedIn is set to become the next big freelancing platform because you get a lot of quality clients from just one post or from your profile because you get a lot of good quality leads from LinkedIn who are willing to pay anything for the work they want automated or any business problem you may be solving. So yeah, so I explored this and I practiced it. Now, just for context, I'm not an automation expert, but I consider myself pretty well versed with this word. So I've taken like multiple workshops on NITM in this cohort and back in Delhi in various colleges. And I think people were really fascinated with the capabilities we have with these automation platforms right now. So yeah, that's my story of automation, and I'm still learning because, as you know, like it's very hard to catch it because every day there's a new AI tool, new AI news. You have to be well versed with the latest technology. It's like a cycle. It goes on.
Absolutely makes sense. So the thing is, maybe what I got from the conversation is you are totally bullish on the automation and the agents industry
Yes.
domain in the next few years. I think it is going to rule the job market. I don't know what
Yeah.
to say, but
Yeah.
yeah, for follow-up question on this is how do you see the job market in the next 4 to 5 years, or in the next coming years, or do you think they are going to take a big hit, or what is your opinion on this?
So the jobs which are some manual repetitive task, like we take the example of data entry, right? That's going to be gone in 2 years, right? But if someone out there is doing a job right now, right? And so everyone has this fear that, AI is going to take my job. No, it's AI is not that advanced right now, and we are safe at least like the next 3 to 4 years, right? That's personal opinion. But again, the thing is that whatever work you're doing, if you combine AI to improve your efficiency and productivity, for example, if someone out there is manually researching some financial articles and he's collecting some financial metrics like revenue or EBITDA from, let's say, Fortune 500 companies' financial reports, this can be automated using Perplexity Deep Research or Gemini Deep Research. If just a person who is doing a job keeps himself acquainted with the latest AI tools and integrates it with his daily job workflows, I think he is more than 90% safe as compared to the people who are not even trying AI. That's my advice to the generation. Yeah,
Absolutely makes sense. And then a few other add-ons to whatever you said. Be updated with the trends. Don't always have this notion in mind that AI is going to take away my job. Be updated. Make sure you use the right AI tool for anything you do. Let's
Yeah.
say before we had this time wherein we were manually coding. Now there's vibe coding, and then
Yes.
it can enhance your work, not replace your work. So that is what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
So that was great. So, general question: what are the any 5 tools or books or things which you would recommend people to use or check out, which they are missing out on?
So let's come to the 5 tools. So I would just give you a brief about my daily workflow. So I've replaced my Google search with Perplexity. So if I want quick answers, I don't want to go through all of those 3 to 4 articles on Google and just to find the answer. I just go to Perplexity, type my question, and I get the direct answer. That's one tool I use on a daily basis. Secondly, so I gave you the example of, researching the latest social media trends for virality, right? Cracking that distribution part. So I use Gemini and Perplexity to search for that, a combination of those. Thirdly, of course, for vibe coding, I'm a programmer, so I use Cursor and extensions like Augment Code on a daily basis. For the coding models, I prioritize either GPT-5 High Reasoning or from OpenAI or Claude Force on it, or even better, if I have the budget, Claude Opus 4.1. That's state of the art coding model right now. So I think these are the 3 tools I use on a daily basis. And of course, fourth is going to be anytime. So if I find any repetitive workflow which I'm doing like on a daily basis, I just automate it.
Yes.
So yeah,
That is great.
that's my advice.
Please don't miss out on these tools, guys. Please
Yes,
check it out.
absolutely.
So yeah, coming down to the final question, any tips or how you see life or the next few years? Let's say this startup fails, not compulsory.
Yes,
but
yes, absolutely.
it
Yeah.
obviously is a possibility.
Mhm.
How do you see yourselves in the next few years, or what would you do if this is not your primary focus? If you pivot, where would you try to check out?
So in a hypothetical scenario, if my venture not work out, of course, there's a job market I can tap, right? But let's focus on one more aspect. I am an undergraduate student. I have just passed out of college. I have no job leads. For example, let's say I want to become a software engineer. How do I pull it off? So how I would start from scratch is for the tech. I know the tech community is more active and engaging on Twitter as compared to LinkedIn, right? So I would start building my presence on Twitter, personal brand, right? I'll spend a few months maybe posting about my projects or something like that. And if I'm building something really cool, that's gonna get viral. And the thing with consistency is that people chase these views or impressions. Like I know people who posted regularly for 3 months and another post went viral, right? And they just left it. They just quit it. It's not about those 90 posts you are doing every day for 3 months. It's about one of those 90 posts going viral, which can get you a direct job interview from any tech founder out there, right? Similar to cold emailing. So people think cold emails are dead. But so people send like 10 to 20 cold emails, they do not get a response and they think cold emails are dead. It's not about, expecting positive results from maybe 1,000 emails you have sent. It's about that one cold email, one positive response out of those 1,000 emails you have sent, which can change your career trajectory or change your life altogether, right? So it's about taking that chance, but being consistent with it. So if I was an undergraduate BTech student and I was looking for a tech job, I'll build my online presence on Twitter. I'll build my skill. I'll practice data structure and algorithms. I will practice my web development skills. I'll post myself out there. And in 3 months, I can guarantee if you're consistent, you'll get a lot of job leads. Now, in cracking my interviews, I use AI to help me out. Like if there's a company and I have a job description, I'll post it to like ChatGPT and I'll just ask it that, take a mock interview. Here's my resume. So I prepare using AI and there's nothing that can stop you from getting that dream job. So that's something people can take away from this. And I feel I would like to quote something which this is a really powerful quote which has helped me for the past few couple of years. And that's one of the reasons I attribute my success to as well. Pray like everything is in God's hands. Work like everything is in your hands.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So this is a quote I read every day when I wake up. And it has helped me with motivation, energy, and just trying to push what I was yesterday. Because my main goal is to be a better version of myself every day. So
Yes.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really great, man.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
The way you concluded the statement and the vision or impact you had on the conversation was really great. We get it that you are a good consultant now.
Yeah.
That was really good. So thank you for being here. And
Thank you so much. Thank
yeah,
you.
I think audience had really good fun. And then you have to check out all the things he recommended to. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.